So why is it so important to do mental magic? Because all is mental. Everything came out of the mind of God.
Just like magic, I'm attracted. I get everything I want 'cause I attract you.
I'm Minister Ashley. I am an author, oracle deck creator, and a teacher. I like to decode the Bible. Today I'm going to be talking about mental magic. The day of Mercury is Wednesday. It's ruled by the ethers, by the air, energy, and its intellect, communication, all things that deals with like communication. It also governs health and medicine, herbal magic, those realms. Okay, prayer and affirmations. So why is it so important to do mental magic? Because all is mental. Everything came out of the mind of God. So everything comes from our minds. The way how we perceive our reality is predicated on the way how we view and process our reality. So with that, I have some scriptures that I will have listed in the description after this video. Clarity, focus, and decoding. What is decoding? Decoding is taking in information and processing that information and like an output, almost like a computer. So if you put a command into the computer processes it, and then it spits out an answer to you. So it's pretty much like communication and information and processing information. So if your processor is like mixed up or out of whack, then the way how you perceive your reality is going to be out of whack. Knowing symbolism is important because our reality operates off of symbolism. Everything, our societies, the art of relating, everything is decoded through symbolism. So if you can understand symbolism, you can understand how God is pretty much sending you messages. And overall, it's basic, but you do have your own. After you have really tapped into your intuitive sense, you can start to pick up on other signs that are just based off of you. The symbol for Mercury is a sign for Mercury. It looks like Taurus at the very top, but it also looks like the sun symbol. And at the bottom, it has Venus. So within this symbol, within this glyph, you have Taurus and you have Venus and then Mercury. And you can also add Mars, which is like a force. So that's the reason why Mercury is such an important planet, symbol, and it really taps into everything within our reality. So if you can master your mind, then you can master everything. So some of the colors are yellow, orange, white, and green that are associated with the planet or with the overall energy of Mercury. Some planets that you can work with that are really good and really work well with Mercury is the Sun and Jupiter, as these are healing energies, and as well it deals with processing information. The Sun is our consciousness, our focal point, and Jupiter is like everything. In the Bible, Jupiter would be Jehovah, and that is like the God of gods, if you will. So everything that is with Jupiter is like the God of gods. So you get what I'm saying. So it helps you with processing everything in your mental space. Some tarot cards that are associated with the air energy, and which is Mercury. Mercury governs like the air, are the swords. So you have all of these are the cards for air, and these ones are the ruling cards. You have here the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So a good exercise to do, especially when you're starting to work with the planet of Mercury and really work with your mental realms, is to ask, where am I mentally? You shuffle just the air cards, shuffle them, pull one, and you can see where you are. And this is an indicator with your subconscious mind of where you are in processing your reality, where you are with mental processing. So if you pull either one of these three cards right here, you're sort of in alignment. If you pull like a card like this one, can represent intuition, but it usually is like confusion, or like, let's say that you heartbreak, obviously, or needing to rest, so you can look up the different meanings of these cards when you pull them, and you can gain a little more clarity. Anatomy. What does Mercury rule in anatomy? Nerves and sensory system and the nervous system. Being that Mercury rules Gemini, and Virgo. Virgo is like the health profession, and Gemini is like processing information. So both of those together. It also is sight, hearing, and the tactical nerves. Organs associated are the production of sound, respiratory system, and the thyroid. Many practices or ancient systems would consider the hands, the fingers, and the throat. Some of the herbs or spices that you can use for working with Mercury, and this is also ingesting if you feel comfortable with that. Coffee, matcha, fennel, Frankengrek, lavender, lily of the valley, and rosemary, dill, mullein, star anise, thyme, cinnamon, licorice, and one other one is pomegranates, like eating pomegranates. Now, what's really interesting about pomegranates, there is an ancient reference to pomegranates with wisdom, because the number 613 is known that the pomegranate has 613 seeds in it. Now, is that really true? Probably not, though, but the ancients would say that the pomegranate had 613 seeds, and that 613 represents hidden in occult knowledge. You know, the High Priestess card, I don't have it with me. With the High Priestess card, she's sitting at the gate of the Holy of Holies, or either the Sacred Garden, and she has pomegranates. So that represents where she's sitting, and that is like the secrets, the hidden mysteries, the occult, the unseen realms. And she sits there at the gate to guard it. And the pomegranates represents, in some schools of belief, the forbidden fruit. So stones that help with mercurial energies. Emerald, agate, aventurine, clear quartz, and amethyst. And I find that any colors that are really soothing, that can help calm the nervous system, like blue, or either lift it up, give high spirits, like yellow or orange, and even green are real good colors, and white too are real good colors to work with the mercurial energy. Some of the candles that I use, and you can get these at the dollar store. A yellow candle. Now this one isn't dressed at all. Yellow. I have green and I have white, but I didn't bring them over here. Blue is also real good. And one of the ones that I've been working with, as you can see here, orange, and I'm almost finished with this one. So what I do is that every day I have like them all set up, 7 of them for each day, and I do my sigils and, you know, the ruling angel of that planetary energy, and I add them on. So every day I can burn a little bit every day, you know, throughout the weeks, according to whatever day it is. So that way you're working with all of the correspondence and all of the energies throughout the week. Sigils. So these are the Solomon Pentacles, and don't pay these ones right up here. These are the Mars, but right here, starting at the first pentacle of Mercury, and all the way until you get to the 5th pentacle of Mercury. You can find these online. These are actually like, it's a printout of the necklaces or the pendants that you can get. And these are another way of how you can tap into the mercurial energy or whatever corresponding planet that you want to work with. So you can find these and you can cut them out. You can blow them up, color them, you know, do something fun with them. Like a lot of times what I do with these, you could trace them and put them on your candles, print them off onto stickers and place them like on candles, or either if you want to place it under your pillow to help work with your subconscious mind, to sharpen your acuity. Ask a question, put it on the back of the printed out paper, fold it up, put it under your pillow, or put it in your Bible or in your book, or whatever book that you may be working with or you're reading, to help absorb that information if you're working with the intellect, if you're working with the planet of Mercury. And each one of the pentacles have a specific purpose, okay? And you can look that up. These are the sigils as well for the planet of Mercury. You can take a screenshot if you want. Incense. Well, first of all, Mercury, air energy. So any incense really will help you tap into the air, into that atmosphere. But some of the favorite ones I like to do, Mercury also rules writing and any form of communication, okay? This right here, these ones, I have been using these incense for over a year. Whenever I write, and actually I'm burning one now, whenever I write, I'm focusing on reading, I burn these. This one is Plant Guru. You can probably find it in my Amazon shop. And these are frankincense and myrrh. Perfect for like worship or prayer, or once again, writing or reading. Especially if you're anything dealing with religious practices or occult or study in those spiritual realms and connecting to angels and stuff. Very good for that. Also trace these, like when you really learn these sigils, you don't have to actually write them down, especially if you're tapping to the air energy. Well, first of all, your pointer finger is fire, but just follow me, okay? So fire is like willpower, but all right, you could just trace it in the air if you needed to. Like, the reason why I say that, sometimes people, they're used to pointing, and if their energy is off, people pointing and shaking their finger, or sending energy subconsciously or even consciously, they're sending you energy. You can deflect that energy with hand movements or mudras, or either you could do something like this and send it back, or a shield before you go out of the day, depending on what. Now this is just applicable not only just for Mercury, but anytime. You can do a sigil in the air and just a form of to bless yourself before you head out. Going back to the tarot cards as well, you can place one of these on your altar. For example, if you may be in, let's say you're in this energy, but you want to get to this energy, you can place this on your altar. And just by looking at this, look at the symbolism. You have the yoids on there. You have the intellect, strong intellect, heavenly intellect, the hand of God with clarity. You could put this on your altar. You could burn a candle with it. You could put it in your Bible or whatever book you're reading. You could carry it around with you. You could put it in your purse. You can hang it up. Just look at it even sometimes. Because these symbolism, these cards were, I forgot the lady's name, but she has like a real Peggy or something. She did the art. All of this art was channeled from this original Rider-Waite something deck. I forgot her last name, and I really would like to remember her name because her story is actually pretty sad. Part of the Golden Dawn, the author, and then she was the artist. But anyway, she channeled these images, and she hand painted each one of these images. And before, this is early 1900s, like around in that time period. So they didn't have like a popular printing press like how they do now. All of them were hand painted. And I think her last name was Smith. That's her last name. Okay. So anyways, so these have intention behind them, so you can use these in your rituals as well. Now going to the planetary hours, okay, or if you wanted to use the planetary hours with the energy of Mercury, with the sun. All right, so the day of Wednesday, which Mercury rules over, the hour of the sun. So with that, healing and success and fame. Hour of the moon for astro projection or travel, prayer, and dreams. The hour of Mars, willpower and momentum. The hour of Venus for art, romance, and logic. The hour of Mercury for trickery, or I don't really like the word trickery, but maybe different perspectives would probably be a better word. For the hour of Jupiter, I think also protection, one that really resonates, protection in business, faith and study, wisdom. And Saturn, and that's for contracts, building long-lasting communication. All right, so being I was talking about Mercury, right, rules the nervous system. These right here, St. John's wort, right here. I've been taking these for like years, but if you ever feel like you overwhelmed or overstimulated, St. John's wort will help calm you down a little bit. Like sometimes I feel like overstimulated, reading or just, you know, regular life or whatever. I take like a capsule and it helps to calm down. Actually, it says healthy mood, calm and focus, positive mood. It helps with that, and I can attest to that. I think I have this in my Amazon storefront, but even still, just to let you guys know, because I was talking about Mercury and it governs the nervous system. Ultimate Bible Decoder. It's a 12-page PDF, and it has over 80 words decoded in the Bible. So whenever you're reading the Bible, you can go through and you can use this as a resource to help you overstand the Bible a little bit better. I have angel numbers in here, like about 30 of them, but they're not traditional angel numbers. A lot of these are channeled. It was from my first Oracle deck that I created, not in print anymore. And as well, I have an ancient practice in here to help you to decode the Bible. Show y'all. It's available on my Etsy shop, and it's for $5.55. That's it, and it's 12-page PDF.